Hello and welcome to a revolution in the education world. The modular degree system is a personal do-it-yourself, with a bit of guidance, framework for learning in an online modern world. This PolyInContent episode revolves around the concept, framework, and application of what a modular degree is and showing you how to use it, and then finally teaching you why it's so very important to the future of schools. Let's roll the intro. Now, this all started with a frustration of mine that I looked everywhere, literally in the world, not every single college, but I looked at pretty much hundreds of colleges just to see what particular degree would suit me best. And while I saw some that fit, and while some I probably could have gone through, there was none of them that really spoke out to me. A lot of the times people go to college to experiment and find out what they want. I knew what I wanted, I just couldn't find a degree for that. And being able to work in smart city development, which is what I wanted. Nowadays, there is some degrees out there that would work towards it, and even some bachelors that you could do like civil engineering into a smart city degree, but for the most part, it's not quite there. And so I decided I'm going to create my own. At the very least, I'm going to learn different skills that I found were going to be useful towards building the ULC, which will eventually become the smart city that I want to create. And who am I? Well, I'm Dustin Miller, PolyInnovator. It is my mission to innovate many fields over the course of my life, and my ambition to help multidisciplinary people along the way. Whether you are watching on PolyInnovator or listening in on the POLYCASTS, you have come to the right place for success. So this is a change in learning philosophy and methodology. So creating a new approach to how we learn as a globe. And at this point, I've only gotten just the first step of the process, creating a template for people to use. So this modular learning framework is what the modular degree encompasses inside of. And I wanted to create a platform for this framework. So why am I sharing all this before I've actually gotten it done? Well, I created this Notion degree template for you to be able to copy and use on your own. If you use the extension on your web browser with Notion, you can actually easily add any course or video or podcast that you want into the database, allowing you to easily organize it from there. And it's that system that I think is very key to how we go about doing this. Because you start with a mission, right? Your mission is to learn a particular topic or pursue a degree in a particular field. Topic and field kind of being similar in nature, but it's kind of more of a scale, if you will. I found that there's 3 tracks people are going to be using. Either a boot camp track, where you were trying to learn a specific skill, such as coding, a specific language, and you're trying to get it as quickly as possible, right? And it doesn't have to necessarily be coding. It can be pretty much any skill, but it's just a good example. The second track is more of a degree framework, like I'm talking about here, this do-it-yourself modular degree. This degree might actually take more 6 months to a year, probably even longer if you really want to pursue a more traditional style degree. Depending on how fast you learn, you can get it done within a matter of months, even half a year or so. But generally, it's going to take a few years to get done. It just really depends on what you are learning, how much you collect, because if you're anything like me, I ended up collecting hundreds of courses. And so I had to whittle it down multiple times in order to get it to a palatable, let alone actionable state. And then the final tier is something I think we all can fit into, and it's this lifelong learning journey, if you will. And we all need to be learning throughout our lives. It keeps our brains fresh, it keeps the neuroplasticity strong, and on top of that too, we need to be learning new skills in order to just keep our life interesting, let alone pivoting to new fields. And so, especially for people who are like me, who are more polymathic, that is something that we naturally want to do anyways. It's best to have a system to help you organize it. So, what's the catch? Well, honestly, there is no catch. It is as simple as I described, but in application, not so much. You might have to have a little bit more grit or determination to get it done, because this is still pretty early on. There is plenty of people who've done it before me, and there's plenty of people who are going to do it after me. But I wanted to give a system for anybody who's after me to have something they can build off of. You don't necessarily have to use the system that I made in the way that it is. If you have an idea of how you can change it, first off, tell me. But secondly, do that, right? You have that choice, that power to change the template any way you think is right. So in order to use the modular degree in the form that it is now, you'll have to go to the blog post and download the template. And then from there, I have another post telling you how to create your degree. So I hope you take your degree and your learning methodologies to a new height through this modular education system. And in this short episode, I just simply wanted to share with you the ideas that you can actually have an alternative to college. You have your modern way of learning in this online world. It's so fascinating, all the stuff that we can learn using ChatGPT to even help accelerate a lot of it too. People have used it to cheat, but it's honestly a way better system to actually learn. You can ask it what things you need to learn. You can do the Feynman technique using ChatGPT, and then being able to take what it tells you, go study those subjects and those topics or subtopics, I guess you could say, and master that field way quicker because it's telling you what you need to learn. It's like having a coach there for you. And I'm here to help you as well to make your mod degree. And I hope this informational video has been useful to you. Cheers.
Dustin Miller, PolyInnovator.